3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, you're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash. Here is today's comic. Superman Action Comics 1011. Leviathan. Leviathan Rising, Part 5, because Bendis can't write anything in less than 6 parts. Honestly, Leviathan is going to go on for probably another half a dozen parts or more. Oh, God. It's kind of a cool cover. I really like that. But this needs to say Bendis instead of Leviathan. That would be funny. Joining me, as always, in spirit, Stan the Man. Thank you, Stan, for being the legend that you are and bringing us comics that we know and love today. They would not be the industry we love if it weren't for you. So, always going to remember Stan. Very important. So, let's just get right. Oh, Jesus. Don't miss the series that everyone is talking about. Really? Everyone's talking about this series? It's selling less than 20K, and it's only 5 issues out so far. It got canceled by, I think, around issue 3. That's not everyone talking about it. This is dead on arrival. This is a train wreck. This is DC. I want to point out something, by the way. This series is canceled, and they're still putting ads to promote it. Are they promoting Hawkman, the best thing that they have? One of the best comics out right now, but it's not selling well because nobody knows about it. And because it's Hawkman, so it has stigma. People like, oh, Hawkman's lame. No, they're promoting a book that they canceled already. But it's all like on the down low cancel. So fans are going to jump in and be like, ooh, I'm going to pick up this Naomi book. And then the next issue is the last one. And they're going to be like, whoa, what's going on? Because that's what DC does. They just, oh, we didn't tell you it was canceled? Oh, when that ad, we were pushing the ad? Because they made a big fucking deal to get Brian Michael Bendis. Presumably probably paid him tons of money, have this big contract. And it's just like, sports teams. If you pay for a huge draft pick, or you pay to get LeBron James on your team, you got to play him. Doesn't matter if all of a sudden he comes up, playing the worst he's ever done. You don't bench him, right? You're paying him tons of money. So that's Bendis. Like DC is like, they're just doing everything they can to squeeze every ounce of anything, but it's just backfiring because the more you promote this guy, the bigger his failures appear, right? One of the most intriguing additions to the DCU in ages. No, it's not. That's why it's canceled. Dun dun dun. Spoiler, she's White Lantern. Oh, if you're going to read the first 4 issues, I wonder what's going on. Well, you already know from this cover, from this ad. It's not even the ad spoils it. The writing is punchy. No, it's not. It's just cutesy Bendis speak. It's just, it's sitcom writing. Art is absolutely transcendent. Yes, the art is fantastic. That is the one saving grace of this book. And actually, the book was kind of on an upward trajectory. Issue 4 was decent up until right the end when you realized, oh, she's a White Lantern. Oh, I thought it was going to be interesting. I thought it was going to be something new, but it's not. It's just regurgitated stuff. Something new and fresh on the stands. No, it's not new. It's not fresh. It's White Lantern. Oh, by the way, just like he had to kill, well, sort of kill. Not really. Not literally kill. Figuratively kill John Kent. He had to destroy John Kent so that he could have his Superboy. Guess who no longer gets to be Kyle Rayner no longer gets to be White Lantern, apparently, because move over. Move over, just like Iron Man had to move over for Riri Williams. Kyle Rayner, you move over for Riri Williams 2.0. Nothing short of stunning, you stupid shill media. You guys are just terrible. Oh, look, and here we are, Action Comics, starting off, like always, with this trope of someone's desk, their workspace, I guess would be more accurate. And apparently the editor-in-chief of the biggest newspaper on the planet operates on an iPad Pro. Now, I have an iPad Pro. Here you go, you're looking at an iPad Pro right here. That's meta. An iPad within an iPad. So I can't operate shit Apple sucks. It does really good. Reading comics on an iPad is amazing. Watching movies on an iPad is amazing. Entertainment apps on an iPad, amazing. Running a freaking billion-dollar business on it? No, I would never freaking do it. Just it's so stupid. I can't even do my videos on this thing. Apparently, at the world's biggest newspaper, reporters submit their time off requests on a sticky to the editor-in-chief. Moving on to less stupid things. Here we have woman on a couch. Police bust in. Freeze! Metropolis Special Crimes Unit. Kate Spencer. Can't even speak. Kate Spencer, you're under arrest. Oh, badass. Look at these guys. Tactical team coming in. They're all professional. Love it. Love it. What the actual? Hands where we can see them, Manhunter lady. What? My name is Maggie Sawyer, and I'm leading this joint task force between the FBI and the Metropolis Crimes Unit. Now remember, we'll get to it in a second. Not to get all lawyerly on you, but do I get to hear the charges? Oh, it's a list, Lady Manhunter. And after what you did to the DEO, conspiracy, murder, terrorism. If you remember the last issue where that Bones is getting interrogated, and then it turned out to be the shape-shifting woman, and then she turned into this, whoever this is, just like, as she walks away. These guys are badass, apparently, to figure this all out. I guess maybe because she was pretending to be Maggie Sawyer, that's how she was disguised as, so maybe that's how Maggie was able to, obviously it wasn't me. So, anyways, this is pretty impressive that they all figured this out and put this all together. It seemed like a bunch of pros, right? Wrong. You're going from surrounded by a special ops TAC team, all got guns drawn on you. You're probably a good 6 to 10 feet away, and then you can lunge and do this with no one shooting you, grabbing you. Only in comics. Only, look, kick to the face, armor. That guy probably didn't feel a thing. This guy probably maybe got his wind knocked out of him if she could kick hard enough. Meanwhile, Maggie Sawyer, this awesome person that we thought a minute ago, just sits there with her arms up. Here, I'll let you just sit here and cuff me, and then I'll do a forced cursing, because that's what Portland Comics Mafia writing is all about. Just constantly. Why? Why do you have to do this? So then she busts out into the hallway. All these people were in the room. She pushes them all out of the room. So does she have super strength? I don't know this character. Maybe she does. And then she's like, let's try this again. This time remembering that you're all trained professional law enforcement. Kate Spencer, Manhunter, do not run. Okay, I get Bendis. You've listened to some crime scene TV shows, and you kind of get in the dialogue. It sounds nice. It sounds pretty. Bitch, you're scolding these guys about pretending to be professionals? Do you not remember what just happened a second ago? Do you? While you had guns drawn? Do you not remember you just sitting there letting her handcuff you? Whatever. So these guys go pursue her, and then they get hit in the face with what we figure out is this staff. And I'm going to need a lawyer. Oh, it's so quippy. Oh, just punching me in the face. It's punchy. It's punchy dialogue. Oh, God. If you watch every episode of Big Bang Theory 5 times, you can be like Bendis. You'll just know how to write comics. And then meanwhile, Superman's still flying above the city of London, and this is an epic shot. And despite me criticizing, sorry about the cut, got interrupted. It's easy for me to criticize this comic now because I've read the whole thing, and this is actually my second take running this. I just hated the first take so much, I just decided to do it over. But when I'm reading it, I'm actually trying to enjoy the book. I'm not reading it going, oh, what can I hate on, right? I'm not trying to hate on the book. So even though some of this stuff came off silly, I'm still trying to get into the spirit of it. I do enjoy. Steve Epting is not a sexy comic artist. I mean, I've never seen him in person. He might be sexy, but I mean, his art is not sexy. He's very plain Jane, but his storytelling ability is top notch. If this guy could develop his style to look sexy, to have a really, I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I'm saying. When you see sexy, like McFarlane, think of like Sean Gordon Murphy, think of Jorge Jimenez. It's a lot of artists that don't necessarily draw the most accurate depictions. Their illustrations are not lifelike, but there's a style to it that's fun and kinetic and exciting. There's a sex appeal to it. Epting is not that, but his paneling, his storytelling ability is top notch. And I really am, especially as I'm getting older and appreciating the craft of comics more and so forth, I really appreciate it. And he really helps Bendis as much as I didn't expect this to be. This whole panel sequence was fantastic. So I was literally, getting into the comic. I hate that I just said literally getting into the comic. Anyways. And I get to this part and I see, I love this scene. Everyone looking up. It's such an iconic shot of Superman. His cape flowing. I love that the London in the background, so we as the audience know he's in London, in case you forgot. And it's like, Lois, and he's got that desperation. And it's like, look, up in the... Don't. Oh, it just sapped the wind out of my sails. If you're a Superman fan, this is what you like. This is what Superman fans like. You're seeing the people on the street being like, oh my God, look up in the sky, it's Superman. Instead, it's like, don't. I'm gonna be punchy. Save your fucking quips. Bendis does not have an off button. He can't turn this shit off. It's non-stop. It's all pervasive throughout the book at the wrong time. Sometimes you have a little quip here and there, spice it up, add a little bit of levity, right? You don't have Star Wars with C-3PO in every single scene being stupid funny. No, every once in a while you have 3PO and R2 have a little quippy part, add a little levity to the scene, and then get back to the drama. This is just non-stop with Bendis, and it's tiresome. And it just saps. I was reading, I was like, Anyways, so here we have Superman's looking around for Lois. He can't find her. He's got using every superpower that he has. And she was right there all along. And here, she's up in the sky with him. Everyone's looking up. And here's once again, Superman's like, Lois. Now, she doesn't look like Lois Lane. So I can kind of give this. But he was just screaming out her name over and over. And then he's like, I'm right here. And he grabs her. People can figure things out. And you put things together. This is multiple times now that Bendis has had Superman and Lois in public together. Now, they don't kiss this time, like in issue 1004, which was completely egregious. Superman's kissing her on the street, and everyone even has their smartphones out taking pictures. This woman is married to Clark Kent. The world does not know Clark Kent is Superman. She has exposed his identity multiple times. But what's sinful about this is that the world doesn't change. It'd be different if she exposed it and everyone's like, oh my God, and then it affected things. Now, I wouldn't, as a fan, necessarily like that, but the world would react to it. I'd be like, okay, the fact that the world just ignores it, like as if he had some sort of magic spell that that's bad writing. It's terrible. There's no repercussions. Bendis writes shit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the world. People just like, what, Superman and Lois Lane? Why is that a big deal? So here we have Lois talking to the Spiral agent. He doesn't know who she is yet, and she's asking questions. Like, you come at me in disguise and demand answers? You and Superman? My name is Lois Lane. I'm a reporter for the Daily Planet. Oh, shit! You're Lois Lane? Dude doesn't care. He's not. He balks. Just went on Superman. Just throwing you and Superman. No big deal. But I didn't know you were Lois Lane. Oh my God. Once again, Superman getting cucked in his own book. He's no big deal. But Lois Lane, of course, is. Of course. What happened to you? Superman's flying away. Look, Superman's gone. Get down to me. And he's like, oh, since you're Lois Lane, here, take this. What is it? It's the secret to everything. It's all the info. It's everything about Spiral that there ever could be. I don't know who you are. You're some strange-looking lady that just said you were Lois Lane. But in Bendis world, where nothing matters, thanks for bringing that over from Marvel, you could just say you're Lois Lane, and super badass spy agents will just be like, oh, I trust you implicitly. Here you go. Here you go. Strange-looking lady that said she was Lois Lane and couldn't possibly be in disguise. Couldn't possibly at all be lying. So stupid. So she explains, leaders of Spiral knew all this and blah, 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 blah. They left. And here it is again. Lois! Screaming. And she's watching him leave. And then Lois, we go back to the present. Lois is phoning in to Perry. Perry, it's Lois. I'm with Clark. Well, I have the front page. I have your front page. World under attack. And she's with Clark. Because the world knows she's with Clark, not Superman. Bendis, it's like he's so unaware. This is why you need editors. How do you have a conversation on a phone, much less conference call on your phone, when you're flying hundreds of miles an hour? That doesn't make sense. And then why would you talk about a story about all the world's most top secret spy agencies? This is like the most classified information, and you're having it over a conference call with a bunch of people in a room. This is me reading the book at this point. Look at that. Oh, God. It just, Bendis doesn't think. And then, of course, here's the big baddie. Eradicates. Oh, we can't go back to him for info. Oh, sorry about the bad cut. And battery died. Fortunately, I carry spares. Zach. Oh, you probably don't have a phone that can change a battery. Remember when you could change batteries in your phones? I got 2 extra batteries. It's nice. So, meanwhile, Huntress is just sitting on a rooftop somewhere in Gotham where Superman and Lois can meet up with her. However, and Lois is like super spy on the case here, talking to Huntress about Spiral and all this stuff. And you used to be part of Spiral, and can I? Basically trying to source her for this article. How do you source a secret identity person? I don't know how that works. Apparently Bendis does, because he used to work in a newsroom, I guess. I don't know. But he doesn't explain it well here. And God, everything Bendis does has to take up multiple pages. A simple conversation with Huntress in classic days would have taken like a couple panels. Takes up multiple pages. And here we go again, exposing Superman's identity. Safe at our place. Our place? Wait, bitch, aren't you married to Clark Kent? Oh, you got a thing with Superman on the side. Yeah, wink, wink, I see how it is. Oh, Clark Kent is Superman. Oh, okay, maybe Huntress, maybe she knows his identity. Maybe. That would be dumb. But I don't know. I don't know much about Huntress. So Breen, Bats, someone who knows about these characters, correct me. To me, it just came off silly. Especially because, look, I as a reader who don't know, shouldn't be interpreting it this way. You should be thinking about these things when you write. And sometimes you don't, which is why, again, you need an editor. The editor can read this and go, you know what? You can rearrange this dialogue so it doesn't... Anyways. So, back with the cutesy little robot. Oh, you let Amanda Waller get away? I can't believe it. How'd she get away? We're in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle. Because you're in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle, one of the busiest shipping lanes in the Atlantic. To America, at least. Like, it's... This is stupid. Bendis put, for no reason, there is still yet to be explained, over 30 issues of comics now, or approximately 30 issues of comics between the two series and Man of Steel. No explanation of why he just moved the Fortress of Solitude to the Bermuda Triangle instead of being in the South Pole like it belongs. That was really cool. No explanation. How? It's in the middle of a Bermuda Triangle. Yes. She probably went right outside and waved at a passing ship. They got rescued. Like, seriously, could flew a helicopter from Bermuda. You understand why it's called the Bermuda Triangle? Because there's an island out there called Bermuda. So stupid. So stupid. It's like people think that Bermuda Triangle is like some desolate area that no one goes. No, it's not the case. But, we read comics and we make these assumptions and we're uneducated, so we go, but anyways, there was no purpose to do it. And now this purposeless change that Bendis did is biting him and readers in the ass. Because everything had to be done. Everything had to be undone and done Bendis way. Anyways, so we get talking. Oh, look, here's the Guardians in the hospital, and he's approached by a mysterious person. Mr. Harper? Shadow. Of course, immediately this is not the actual doctor, but the Guardian, who's a dipshit, apparently doesn't understand that, he knows he's in danger and he was trying to be killed and all stuff, but for some reason feels completely safe in the hospital. And, guy's wearing a doctor's outfit, must be fine. Oh, no, I'm not your doctor. Oh, you're one of them. Sorry, one of them. Them who? Who do you think I am? One of the invisible mafia. The ones that took out Boss Moxie. Oh, no. No. Good Lord, no. I don't give a crap about any of that. Good. Because we don't either. Is this guy a Superman comic reader? Maybe that's who he is. And honestly, neither should you. Look where that got you. Exactly. He's speaking like a Superman reader. What are you doing? How are you doing that with your face? He must have been reading Bendis and has got his cringe face on. You are a golden guardian, Jim Harper. You have fought so hard for so many, but Argus, Cadmus, Spiral, DEO, and the others are all gone. What? And tomorrow, something new will be in its place. Oh my God, this is symbolic of what Bendis is doing. John Kent. Oh, my mind. Okay. God, what was I just saying? John Kent, Lois Lane, the Fortress of Solitude, all the others, they're all gone. What? Yeah, Bendis is writing Superman. Everything's being changed. It's going to be reworked into his image. Oh, and you know what will be there? That thing that you've been fighting for your entire life. What's that? To bring the Portland Comics Mafia over to DC? Yes, real change. In really the only way that it could have happened. By me getting over there and then using my influence to bring all over my friends that never would have been able to qualify for a DC job before that. Oh. And you won't believe who's on our side. And then we see Lois Lane. How do you spell treachery? Never mind. Tack. She's typing. Now, this is narratively, when you write like this and say, you won't believe, and then you continue writing on the new image, who else has already joined us, you're implying that this is the person that joined you, Lois Lane. So, either this is a complete lie, and Bendis is just trying to deceive us because that's clever writing when you write lies. When you have an untrustworthy narrator, untrustworthy narrator, that is weak writing, right? That's how weak writers communicate. They trick you by deceiving you. Now, you say, well, Ash, all the great writing with no. When you can deceive someone by showing them the truth, but causing them to see the truth in a different way, if you go back and watch The Sixth Sense. You see the things that happen in that film are all true, but it was smoke and mirror. Like the way he angled, like, and shot things, you perceived things differently than the way that they were. This is not what's happening here. This is we're seeing this because of the narrator. The narrator is basically implying, and then she's like even saying treachery. So either Lois Lane is a traitor, which is going to be terrible, but maybe I'll be happy with that because Bendis has already destroyed Lois Lane's character to me. Or this is just a lie and it's bad Bendis writing. So one of the two. We'll have to see. Either way is going to be bad. Blah, blah, blah. Here we have talking Amanda Waller is gone. Jimmy Olsen, blah, blah, blah. More blah, blah, blah. More. So much just sitting around talking. And Jimmy Olsen, I hate how Bendis writes Jimmy Olsen like he's still 50s Jimmy Olsen. Just, like right here. Oh, great Caesar salad. Who talks like that? Who runs around with his haircut in a boat? Like, literally, they pulled him out of the 50s. Jimmy Olsen's a good kid. I like Jimmy, but... and look how many pages of this. And there's more. There's exposition. Robot... Superman threw the robot into space because he thought it was a bomb. Wait, it wasn't a bomb? No, it was blah, blah, blah. Does this thing. Energy. I saw it point blank. And again, it was in super speed. Now, we have Speed Force and Super Speed now. Pay attention, kids. Super Speed is not the Speed Force. Speed Force is not Super Speed, but they're essentially the same thing. But Superman is... it doesn't matter. It's Bendis. And it was then that I could see. It was as if space... It was... touching was not there anymore, as if the energy field just made things not be. It wasn't destruction, it wasn't disintegration, it was something else. Oh, exciting, something else. So what are we saying? I don't know what we're saying. Superman, no bodies. You think everyone at the DEO and the Cobra Cult is still alive on an island somewhere? Maybe Leviathan teleported them into the sun. Superman was trying to be hopeful, Jimmy. That was okay line. Credit to you, Bendis. Man, I really am sorry I accused Amanda Waller of running Leviathan and then letting her get away. You said what to Waller now? Yeah, look, I even took a picture. You said to the leader of Argus and da-da-da. And then she punched you, stole Batman's whatever, and now on the lam. I feel bad I made her angry. Not as angry as she's going to be. Blah, 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 more blah, 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 blah. Didn't she take your camera? She did. But it all goes to the cloud. Of course, Amanda Waller would know that, but whatever. S'mores blots. He doesn't get to the point of things. Like me. It's like me. I shouldn't even critique him because I'm super long-winded. The difference here is I picked up a camera, pointed it at a screen, and I'm just have a chain of conscious thought that I'm streaming out to this and putting it on there. I didn't sit down and write this and get paid, over a month's time to script things out. If I did, it would be much tighter and cleaner. I could probably do my videos in like 6 to 10 minutes, but I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm not one of the world's top in my field like Bendis is supposed to be. So anyways, continued... Not continued in the next Superman book. No. Or the Action Comics. It's continued in Event Leviathan on sale June 12th. A $10 monstrosity. Great. Just great. Oh, look at this. This kind of tweet. Lois Lane exclusive. Leviathan Rising. The players in the fallout and the biggest disaster in Intel history. Because, that's what you would do if you uncovered a big, massive thing in the Intel community. Just tweet it. Nothing matters. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you didn't enjoy the book. Actually, no, I do. If you're reading the book, I hope you do enjoy it. I don't think it's worth much to enjoy. It's definitely not the train wreck that Superman is. And I'm probably a little bit harsher on this because I just read Superman a few days ago. and I'm just so miffed. I'm just miffed in general what Bendis is doing to Superman. So I'm probably, admittedly, being harsher than I should. But I don't like this. 5 issues of this Leviathan Rising. It could have been like 2 issues. It's just drawn out. It's just Bendis just filling pages with blah, 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 blah. Steve Epting, you're fantastic, man. I'm sorry I ever criticized your work. There are things about it that it's not appealing. Like Superman, this looks really plain. Your art is like, your illustration is top notch. Like your skill at drawing is fantastic. You just need to get some style, some sex appeal. Otherwise, except for this page, everything else in this book, you just understand how to tell a story. The shots, the angles. I mean, look at this down angle to Jimmy's face. The little things that you don't think about as a reader sometimes, but they appear subconsciously. When you read a good book that's well written and well illustrated, not well illustrated from a storytelling standpoint, it helps the story flow and it all gels together. And I kind of liken it to movies. When you watch a good movie that has really good special effects, you don't notice the special effects. Those are the best kind of special effects. Same here. When you don't think about the artist, when you walk away and go, wow, that was really good. After you're done, go back and then analyze the shots and realize and think about what made it so good and how things moved for you, and the use of shadows and directing your eye. Panel to panel is really important. Think about how your eye moves from the page to each panel. Why some panels need to be wide angle shots and some are okay being, a small, basically one panel from a 3x3, the old school format. Anyways, I'm just going to keep going on forever because I can't stop talking, just like Bendis can't. So, yay me. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, criticize me in my comments. I'm definitely not undeserving of some criticism. And I do want to do better. I want to know what works for you. If there's things in my video, I like when you did this part in the video, more of that. Or other parts of your video didn't really gel with me, do less of that. I do want to hear it. It is helpful. And tell me what's going on with your opinion. So I want to hear. Like these comments, these videos that I make aren't me sitting on a pedestal going, I am the all father of comics. Listen to me. This is just me as a comic fan over decades and just sharing what I know and what I love and liking to hear feedback from others. So I've met some good people along the way, and if I haven't met you yet, maybe I will. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.